Have you ever met someone and felt instantly that they were supposed to be part of your life? Not just in a romantic sense, but in any meaningful connection. Friendships, partnerships, mentors or strangers who arrive exactly when you need them. Was it just coincidence? Or was it something deeper, something aligned with your inner world? In this video, we'll explore what Carl Jung believed about meaningful connections and why some people feel like they're meant for us. We'll look at how our unconscious mind shapes the people we attract, how synchronicity reveals alignment, and how to distinguish real connection from illusion. Most importantly, we'll ask, before recognizing the right person, have you recognized yourself? Let's begin. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the Mental Dose channel and join our Telegram community, where you'll get early access to new videos and insights on personal and spiritual growth. Now let's get started. Carl Jung didn't believe in coincidences. In his view, life events and the people who enter our lives carry symbolic significance. Every relationship reflects something inside us, something often hidden in the unconscious. When someone shows up and feels strangely familiar, as though you've known them forever, Jung would call this synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence. It's when your internal landscape meets external reality in perfect timing. These encounters aren't just random, they are mirrors of your inner state, offering insight, healing, or even confrontation. But that doesn't mean every intense connection is meant to last. The unconscious doesn't care about comfort, it seeks growth. Sometimes, the people who impact us most are those who challenge our deepest wounds. If you found yourself stuck in repetitive relationship patterns, abandonment, emotional unavailability, conflict, Jung would say, this is not fate. This is your unconscious speaking. Our psyche is constantly seeking wholeness. And until we bring our unconscious patterns into the light, we repeat them. That's why certain dynamics feel familiar. You're not cursed. You're being shown what still needs healing. For example, if you grew up feeling unseen, you may be drawn to partners who neglect your needs, not because you want that pain, but because the unconscious is trying to make sense of it, to rewrite the story. But until you become aware, the pattern continues. This is why self-awareness is the first step. Until you see the root, you will mistake the symptom for the cause. You'll call it bad luck when it's actually a reflection of unresolved beliefs. Jung believed that the journey of individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are, is the foundation for healthy connection. When you are fragmented, you attract others who reflect that fragmentation. But when you are whole, you attract from wholeness. This is not a metaphor. It's energetic, psychological, real. So many people search for the right person without becoming the person who can recognize them. You may ask, why do I attract people who don't value me? But the deeper question is, do I truly value myself? When your relationship with yourself shifts, your outer world responds. People who once seemed magnetic lose their grip. New, aligned connections begin to appear, not because they suddenly exist, but because now you're attuned to them. You're no longer trying to complete yourself through others. You're meeting people from a place of internal stability, not emotional hunger. There's a danger in confusing synchronicity with projection. When you feel a strong pull towards someone, you have to ask, is this alignment, or am I projecting my unmet needs onto this person? Jung explained that when we are unaware of certain traits within ourselves, we project them onto others. If you've ever fallen in love with someone's confidence, their passion, their light, it might be because you've disowned those same qualities in yourself. The other person becomes a canvas. The danger is that when they fail to live up to the ideal, the illusion breaks. Disappointment sets in, not because they changed, but because you were never really seeing them. You were seeing a part of you. So how do you know the difference? Real connection brings peace, not confusion. It feels grounding, not destabilizing. You don't feel like you're constantly chasing or proving yourself. Instead, you feel accepted and, more importantly, you feel yourself. One of Jung's most overlooked teachings is the importance of intuition. He believed that the unconscious speaks not in words but in sensations, those subtle emotional currents that run beneath logic. Have you ever ignored that small, persistent feeling that something wasn't right? You stayed in a relationship despite the signs, telling yourself you were being too sensitive or too insecure. But your body knew. Your intuition was speaking. When someone is right for you, your nervous system doesn't feel like it's under siege. You don't feel like you're constantly bracing for the next disappointment. Instead, there's a sense of safety, calm, ease. That's the truth of it. Real connection doesn't scream, it whispers. And if you've done the work to quiet the noise of fear and insecurity, you'll hear it clearly. One of the biggest myths in modern culture is that love must be intense to be real, that emotional highs and devastating lows are signs of passion. But Jung would remind us, chaos is not connection. Struggle is not proof of depth. If you feel like love is a battle, ask yourself, what am I fighting for? Is it connection or is it validation? Is it love or is it the fear of being alone? Genuine love doesn't demand that you abandon yourself. It doesn't thrive on power games or emotional acrobatics. The right person won't require you to shrink. They'll make space for you to expand. Before we continue, I truly hope you're enjoying this video. If so, don't forget to share it with anyone who might benefit from it. Also, if you'd like to support our channel and our work, you can leave a donation by clicking the thanks button below this video. We will be infinitely grateful. Now let's continue. Here's a difficult truth. Many people say they want the right person, but they are unwilling to let go of what clearly isn't right. They justify, they rationalize, they hope. But years pass. Nothing changes. Jung would say, you cannot grow in barren soil. If a relationship continuously brings you pain, it's not a test. It's a message. Something in you is still trying to heal through suffering. And until you see that, you'll confuse persistence with loyalty and pain with love. Letting go isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's the decision to stop betraying yourself for the sake of connection. And when you do that, when you finally choose peace over chaos, something shifts. You create space. And that's when the right person appears. Not because you searched harder, but because you stopped settling. When someone is truly meant for you, you'll know. Not because they fit a checklist, not because they're perfect, but because their presence doesn't require you to abandon yourself. You'll feel calm, seen, inspired, but not overwhelmed. The connection will invite growth without force. You will feel like you, not a performance of you. And you won't be chasing clarity. It will be there from the beginning. A quiet certainty. A sense of alignment that asks for nothing but truth. So instead of asking, is this person right for me? Ask, am I being true to myself in this connection? Because once you are, the people meant for you will no longer pass you by. They'll recognize you just as easily as you recognize them. Carl Jung taught that the most important journey is inward. When you choose to face your shadows, to heal, to grow, you begin to resonate at a different frequency. The relationships that once held you no longer fit, and new ones begin to appear effortlessly. You don't have to force them. You don't have to chase them. You simply become someone who recognizes real connection when it arrives. And when it does, it won't feel like magic. It will feel like truth, like home. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to share your story in the comments. Are you still on the path of becoming? Or have you experienced a connection that felt truly aligned? Subscribe to Mental Dose and turn on notifications to be part of this space where we explore the unconscious mind, the patterns of love, and the art of self-discovery. And if there's a topic you'd like to see in a future video, let me know in the comments. Your voice is an essential part of this journey. Thank you for being here. Remember, before you find the right person, Become the one who can recognize them. That's where it all begins.